I'm good.
Well, Tyler, going out there this spring, knowing it was your job to go out there and kind of take care of, what's your attitude been this spring?
I mean, my attitude this spring has really been, just doing everything I can to get better. Me and Blake, we've been pushing each other this whole spring. And I think the big thing for us right now is consistency and just getting a rhythm. Without Dan there, he had a great 2 years, and it's time for us to take a little control, get our rhythm going, something that is unfamiliar for us, but just to get comfortable.
You came here 2 years ago. It was a time where there was a lot of uncertainty at kicker, and they needed someone to come in and compete for the job right away. And then Dan kind of stepped up. Has it been a long 2-year wait for you to get to this point?
It's been a very long 2-year wait, but I learned a lot. It's something that I think worked for the better. Learning a lot of stuff from Dan with just how he went toward the game, how he went, before game. There's a lot I learned from him, non-verbally for sure. It's something that I'll take now, and I'll take, for future references, stuff like that, and just before games and all that, just doing what I can to be comfortable.
You haven't had a kick in a game in a while, or at least like a pressure kind of kick in a while. Nervous at all going into the season, or just haven't had that feeling in so long?
I haven't had in a while since junior college, but it just, as of now, I'm just looking toward, the spring game tomorrow, getting past summer and getting work in fall camp. I can't get ahead of myself right now. I gotta keep working.
Sort of a Boise State tradition to have that opening kickoff return. Does that kind of tick you off?
No. I mean, hopefully I, keep working kickoffs wise, just put it in the back of the end zone, just like Dan did.
Yeah, that was something he was very good at last year. How are you doing kickoff wise?
Kickoff wise, I'm getting better. I think right now, kicking it far, I mean, distance wise, I'll be fine. Get a little higher, something if I get a missed kick, I want to get it higher, get more hang time with it. It's something that he never had a problem with. But I mean, there's a reason why he was the best in the country last year. And there's different stuff that he taught me with that as well that I need to get better with. But it's something that I got to keep working with until fall camp, and then we'll see what happens.
How much has your game changed? The 2 years you've been here, how much more confident are you about what you can do out on the field right now?
Oh, it's tremendously changed. Like I said, I think these 2 years of waiting and being patient and working on myself and working on my game has been a very big thing for me. When I first got here and Coach Huff told me about redshirting and all that, I kind of looked at it as a negative thing, just kind of got down on myself. But then when you explained it to me, you got these next year, 2 years to work on your game, work on yourself as a player. I think it's tremendously helped me, and my game is a lot better.
How did you kind of keep the patience and not get frustrated and still work hard when you knew you probably weren't going to get that chance for a little while?
Yeah, I mean, it was just competing with myself, just practices, trying to compete with Dan, whatever he's doing, I try and top that, try and do everything I can. Worked a lot with Coach Riddle. He's come in and made a huge difference in my game. It's someone who, just came in day one and knew exactly what was wrong and helped me out. Has been a huge thing. But I mean, it's been going really good.
What kind of percentage have you had this spring?
Percentage-wise, I would say around 85-90. There's little things that I got to work on. It's been some. I'm happy with the results, but there's still a lot to work on.
You're probably one of the few guys on the roster tomorrow. Folks might have to look down at the paper again and double take maybe. I mean, how excited are you, I guess, just to make your first few and get it out of the way and kind of just fit in and get rolling?
Oh, very excited. It's an opportunity to be here. It's an opportunity to be on this team, to play for Boise State. It's always been a dream to play at a Division I school, and especially a great school like this, and just to get those out of the way and get those few kicks and have people just look down and say, wow, this kid's work, this kid's come a long way. It's going to be exciting.
They're talking about the pressure kicks that Boise State's had in the past. I mean, are you a guy that likes that? What's kind of your past?
Love that. Something that I kind of thrived in high school. I had a couple game winners there, a couple game winners in junior college. It's something that it's something that I keep simple, short-term memory, and just keeping everything little, minimize things.
I guess we always have to ask kicker what your range is, but I mean, as far as field goals go, what's kind of your area where you feel real comfortable, kind of your kind of target area?
Well, right now, I think right now we're working to get everything, in sync, getting everything comfortable, stuff like that. Everything right now, I think we're working 53 and in. Everything from 40 thus far inside has been money. Everything outside of that, we're working with Coach Reed, working with our O-line, everything, and just getting it in sync.
And who's been holding?
Sean Whale.
Okay.
Yeah. So he held last year. He's really good job. Kevin Keen snapping has always been good. So.
Is it good to have that familiarity, the same guys that your predecessor had, kind of a sense of continuity there?
Oh yeah, it's always a good thing because those two guys, they've been Keen being here 4 years, playing, Sean being here 2, going on his 3rd. Those two guys, are some of the best in the country to work with. I never have any doubts of having a bad snap or a bad hold because Keen has given it his all the last 3 years. Coming in his senior year, I expect him to have a great year. Same with Sean Whale coming in his junior year. Last year having a good year toward the end, he should be doing well as well.
You got one extra point last year? The Wyoming game, right?
Against Wyoming game.
Okay,
I just had a nice blizzard in my face on that one, so I was like, good one started out.
It's maybe a dumb question, but just at least you did have one out of the way, I guess. One extra point, at least you have something to go by going.
Yeah, exactly. Year, just something to be familiar with. I went straight. You just had a couple snowflakes in the way, but it was good.
A lot of people give kickers a hard time saying they're not athletes. Goodale kind of hurt that because he was a pretty good athlete. You consider yourself a good athlete too?
I consider myself a good athlete. You may have other people that beg to differ, but it was in high school being a 3-sport athlete, doing well in baseball, played basketball. Did everything growing up. Came from a active family. Parents did everything that they could to just put us in sports all the time. But as far as love playing other sports, love playing basketball with other guys when we go to the rec and stuff like that. So
can you dunk? Dan always talking.
Yeah, Dan says he can put it down. Can you?
Dan can, which it surprises me sometimes, but no, I can't. I can't do that.
All right, guys.